Oh boy, Nick Fuentes goes on to Piers Morgan and they talk about Negroes and some of y'all are pissed. Let's hear this. Call me, I would be a coon, a tap dancer all day long versus being around you certain Negroes of a certain mindset. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, in which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me above, follow me below. Click this because it helps me if and when you do subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification. That way you'll be notified whenever I post. And lastly, don't forget to check out my other channel called Man, Husband, Father. And everything I ask you to do on this channel, make sure you do it over there, folks. And I do appreciate you guys going over there and leaving your comments in the comment section regarding that video. So, ladies and gentlemen, I knew it, man. Y'all have just been blowing me up today about Nick Fuentes going on to Piers Morgan, because y'all seen that I did a video with Piers Morgan the other day, yesterday as a matter of fact, with Andrew Wilson completely destroying Lamont Hill over that word, whether it's the F word or the N word. Well, the person that y'all call the biggest racist in America, a young man by the name of Nick Fuentes, has went on Piers Morgan and talked about a particular subject in a way that it definitely disappointed a lot of you. Y'all just said, you gotta check this out, dude, because I can't believe this dude is on there saying this and they're letting them say that. And first of all, I think right there from the jump, y'all got it wrong already by saying letting him saying it. By letting him, you mean what, exercising his freedom of speech? I don't even know what's in the video yet, and I'm already telling you right now, I really don't care what he says in the sense of I don't care that he's allowed to use his free speech. That's what I'm telling you. I don't care that he's allowed to use his free speech. Excuse me. A little bit of meat in my teeth. Let's get ready to get into this video, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that thumbs up button before we do it, all right? So here it is. Nick Fuentes is right here with Piers Morgan. Let's go.
As a product of their environment. And I was reading some stuff about you in the last few days. There was an episode of your podcast where you talked about your father, Bill Fuentes, and how he wouldn't take the family, including you, to certain restaurants because he believed they were associated with African Americans. We would be deciding.
Just say black people. Black people. Now, look, let me say, I'm stopping. Yes, I'm stopping it right now. Shut up. All throughout this video, because I did one of Nick Fuentes' videos before. All throughout this video, I want you to view an audience to put yourself in the mind frame of if they're talking about any black people in this video, make sure you keep it in your mind. They're talking about certain black people with a certain mindset in certain areas. Okay, make sure you keep that in your mind. I want you to keep that in your mind. Those type of black people in your mind. Not all black people. Okay, let's go.
Deciding where to go to eat, you said. Believe they were associated with African Americans. We would be deciding where to go to eat, you said. What are we going to do for dinner tonight? It was a running joke. Me and my sister would say Applebee's, and my dad would say we would never eat at Applebee's. Not in a million years should you be caught dead, Fuentes said about Applebee's. Go to a different restaurant, a local restaurant. No Applebee's, no Red Lobster. That is commonly known as black fare.
I'm sorry. I didn't see that coming. Hey, if you in Chicago, keep it real, man. If you are from Chi-Town, you know exactly what he's talking about. This is not Applebee's and Red Lobsters everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, but he's talking about his experience, especially if you're talking about Chi-Town. You already know, man. Come on now.
And you also shared another story about your family and restaurants. It said, before me and my sister were born, my family had a saying about Olive Garden that contains the N word that we're not allowed to say. So my question, based on that anecdote that you say on your own podcast, is do you think you grew up in a racist environment, that your father was inherently racist, and that thought process moved to you?
Well, I would say it's a new low. I've been attacked for being a racist many times, but to attack my father, to attack my parents based on anecdotes, I would say that's sort of a new low.
Hang on, it's your anecdote.
Yeah, but he's not here to defend himself.
You are.
And my parents are.
You told the story.
And I will, and I'll defend them.
I'm not trying to ambush you. As I said at the start, Nick, to be clear.
No, it's not an ambush,
Nick, to be clear,
I think everybody
I'm not
understands.
ambushing you. I'm literally reading an anecdote that you revealed on your podcast. It's you that's put it in the public domain.
I know.
I'm simply asking you whether my assessment of that, which is that your father didn't want to take you to certain restaurants because of what you refer to as, they were commonly known as black fare, whether that attitude to...
Let's keep it 100% real. Black folks of a certain mindset, y'all know exactly what he's talking about. Let's not sit here in front. We thought the same dang on thing too. Come on, man. Y'all stop with all this. When you're black people, us, we got to get past this dumb stuff. Just because I am black and I'd rather be around black folks that are sophisticated, black folks that have some decency, black folks that are classy, what does that make us? I don't want to be around you Negroes that's like that either. Nobody does. Unless you about that life and you like that stuff, you like that loudness, you like that indecency, you like the rudeness, then that's your thing. But I don't want to be around it now. That's the crazy thing about it, because just because you don't want to be around there as a person, if you are a certain skin color, you labeled a racist, or like me, oh, I already know. Y'all get to, I know I'm a coon, I'm an Uncle Tom, I'm a bootlicker, I'm tap dancing for the white man, I'm a Porsche Negro, I'm a house Negro. Come on. I know it. All because I don't, it's amazing that you would call me that, because I don't want to be around certain Negroes like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am interrupting this video right now because we are back around to that time again, and I know it has flown. This is the time where I do my thing every single year, my annual Christmas for Kids, where you who are the watchers right now can donate and be able to help children who are less fortunate this year have a good Christmas. We had a huge turnout last year, and I'm looking forward to having a huge turnout this year. And the way that you can donate is by going to PayPal right up there, or you can donate through Cash App. And these proceeds are going strictly all to children who are less fortunate this Christmas. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. And guys, it's right around the corner. To all of you that are going to be giving, thank you and God bless you. Looking forward to this. Call me, I would be a coon, a tap dancer all day long, versus being around you certain Negroes of a certain mindset.
African Americans in that instance permeated to you? It's a reasonable question.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think everybody knows what that is, but I'll address it. I'll engage with it, and I'll defend my father from the charge of racism.
Sure.
No, my parents are not racist, and they've never been racist. I'll tell you about my parents. They used to have a school in Chicago in the South Loop where they instructed people on how to shoot firearms. It was a security school, and most of the clients were black.
Matt Morgan, if you're watching this right now, Matt Morgan, you know who you are. Matt, who taught us how to shoot guns? And what color are you, my friend?
And I believe actually one of their clients was Larry Hoover's son at one point, sort of a funny story. And so most of their clients would come in from the south side of Chicago. My grandmother, she grew up in the projects in the city. And so my family, being in Chicago, being ethnics, being Italian, Irish, Mexican in the west side on Taylor Street, all over the city. My family for many generations have lived near and around black people. And look, my views about black people and their views about black people are shaped with experiences with black people. And what they will tell you, what my parents would say if they were here, is that for many, many years, the older generations of black people were very respectful, very humble, very decent. In fact, my grandma used to have an anecdote. She grew up in a lot of dysfunction. Her mother was mentally ill, and they would be having dinner in the projects, and there'd be so much chaos and dysfunction and disagreement and fighting. And she would look across the way out the window at a black family in the other apartment, and they'd be holding hands around the table saying grace. And this is sort of the culture that used to prevail. But now what you have in the city is that there's no accountability.
Pause right there. Where's the lie? Look, you don't have to like Nick Fuentes. I don't have to like Nick Fuentes, but what I'm saying, debate his argument. I talk about this all the time, ladies and gentlemen, and it still has the reaction that Nick Fuentes most likely is going to get from what he's saying right now. It's the same reaction black men like me, black men like my guy Ali, black guys like Anton Daniels, the Angry Man, black guys like Unifier TV, Brandon Tatum, ABL, the right-winged angel. Black guys like us say this stuff all the time, and we get met with the same sort of opposition, the same sort of outrage from black folks of a certain mindset in certain areas. We get met with the same exact thing.
For the black people. And now Chicago has become a complete dump because these teenagers go out and they take over the city. They call them teen takeovers.
Yep.
That's the euphemism for it. They're teenagers, but they all come from the same neighborhood. They drive up there and they mug people and attack people and they destroy cars and destroy shops. We had the Festival of Lights a couple of weeks ago. It's supposed to be a family event. And they light up the trees and they, there's a big parade. I was in the parade one year and you had a bunch of black people there shooting each other. 7 people shot, a 14-year-old killed in the Magnificent Mile.
Who covered that story? Huh? I literally covered this story. Showing them dispersing like crazy. I literally covered that story. So again, I don't care. If Nick Fuentes can call himself a racist, he can call himself whatever he wants to. But all I'm saying right now, based on what he's saying, is he lying? Answer the question.
And I know there's a lot of black people that feel the same way about this. They say, we've lost control of the city and we're looking for accountability. We have a lot of black people that are always outraged about racism, outraged about attitudes from white people, but they're never ashamed of some of these behaviors.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I didn't know he was going with that. No, not take me back out of that one.
For accountability. We have a lot of black people that are always outraged about racism, outraged about attitudes from white people, but they're never ashamed of some of these behaviors, never ashamed of some of the things that go on. And that's why I think there's a lot of negative attitudes these days. And so, again, I think those attitudes, you say I'm a product of my environment. I am. And so are my parents and my grandparents. Unlike you, because you're not even American, in Chicago, we have to live in a big, diverse city where there's a lot of different kinds of people. And I think anybody in Chicago will tell you the same.
I live in London. It's one of the biggest and most diverse cities in the world.
You don't have nothing nearly going on in London like you do in Chicago. Stop, Piers. Stop. There's not even a comparison. We live in a diverse area too, Nick. And I mean, no, you're not. No, come on, man. Stop, Piers.
This is Coco Culver style. Creamy.
Y'all hit the thumbs up button right now if you're enjoying this. Let's continue on with this.
Same.
Well,
no.
Actually, it's the most diverse cities in the world.
But it's not the same.
Well, actually, it's a big, diverse city. The only difference is we don't have the gun violence because we don't have guns. That's a whole different story. I don't want to get into that with you. I have got into that before in America.
You got a knife problem. You got sword problems.
We have.
I was just about to say that.
We have problems
with Aladdin.
We have problems with violent crime. I make no pretense of it. So the idea that somehow I'm cosseted in London because I'm not in Chicago.
I didn't say that.
Well, you kind of implied it. But I guess my point about the environment, I'm not saying you are a product.
But okay, so I'll raise you one then. I'll raise you one, Piers. Since you're talking about my little city, when they do teen takeovers, people are getting beat up and jumped and stomped in the ground. And a lot of times this happens with no guns at all. It happens with no guns at all. So now are they doing that in London too? Come on now, Piers. By the way, y'all keep on having your producers reach out to me, but y'all never have me come on. Come on, Piers.
Of your environment. And say most people are in some capacity. Mm-hmm. When I read that anecdote, which just to remind you, it's not something I have put out there. You told this story, right? And you said that
you said this. We're looping. You said this already.
No, but you haven't really directly, I think, responded to it, which is whether your father would not take you to certain restaurant chains because he associated them with black Americans. Is that true?
No, well... See here, if you're in America, you would say that Olive Garden is not real Italian food. Applebee's, TGI Fridays, this stuff is a load of crap. My dad was just a food snob, but no, it's got nothing to do with that. My best friend in first grade was a black guy. We're not a racist family. So
okay, so when you told the story, I'm just curious. So when you told that anecdote, which clearly on the face of it is racist, right?
No, it's not. It's calling out the common denominator. Now, I might be wrong on this. I don't know what Nick gonna say, but I'm talking about no, it's not. Right now, there are certain hoods and certain places in Chicago I and my family will not go to because certain type of black people are there. Certain mindsets of black people are there. No black people go there. The only ones that go to certain areas are the ones that live in that area. They are well known in that area. There are generations and generations of thugs, low lives, and all that in that area. One of my favorite Chinese places to go to, y'all already know what I'm talking about, the White Box. They got bulletproof glass. This glass this thick. You gotta put your money in and to the left and to something. They take it and pull it around. You know what I'm talking about. Stop with all the bull crap. Now, just because the common denominator happen to be certain black people with certain mindsets in certain areas, how does that turn you into a racist? Because you calling out what it is. Bull crap.
You're basically saying your father made racist decisions about where you would go as a family to eat. Are you saying, well, I'm just going to ask you a question. Are you saying that when you told that story, you didn't mean to infer that he was racist? And do you understand why when somebody like me reads that anecdote for the first time, as I did this week, I reach a different conclusion?
Because you've been trained to do that, Piers. You've been trained to have your mindset like that, period. To where if a white person don't want to be around a black person, if white people don't want to go into black neighborhoods or black restaurants, because they know that it's a good chance that in these certain areas with certain black people of certain mindsets, something can go down, something can happen, that does not make them racist. What does it make black folks like me? I grew up in Chicago. I need to find out where Nick Fuentes grew up at, because I was in Chicago and my family are still in Chicago right now. A ton of my family, right? Up in Detroit, Rockford. And we all do this right now. Oh, y'all going where? Oh, no, I ain't about to go over there, man. You know them YNs. Come on now. So if I'm telling people why I don't go into the area, and why I don't take my family over in these areas, because I know there's certain folks that's going to be there. Oh, you don't like black people. No, I don't like those kind of black people with those mindsets. Thugs, corner hustlers. Come on now, Piers.
Well, I understand what you're doing, which is a sort of making of a murderer. How did he become racist? Well, his father didn't eat an Olive Garden because he said that's not real Italian food. Hang on, can I? What's with the interruptions? Can I explain?
I'm literally reminding you of something you said on your show, which led me to conclude a certain thing. If I'm wrong, tell me.
Yeah, it was said in jest as a humorous anecdote, and now you're trying to spin it into a narrative, which is his parents are racist. He comes from a long line of racists. And I think everybody knows my parents are boomers. Mm-hmm. And these people well, you're a boomer, I guess, too, in a way,
60.
right? You were born in
60.
19? Yeah. So you're a boomer also. Or maybe you're a Gen Xer. I suppose it's sort of on the cusp. But it's a humorous anecdote. These are kind of the attitudes of baby boomers in society. But you're trying to spin it into a narrative, which is you're a product of your environment. Your dad's racist because of this joke. Now you're a racist. And I don't think that's a fair characterization.
Okay. People can make their own minds up. They can go back and listen to you say it. I mean, the beauty of what I'm going to talk to you about in this interview is that almost all of it is just going to be reminding you what you have said. And
ladies and gentlemen, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to stop it right there. I'm just being straight up with y'all. What Nick Fuentes has said thus far in his interview, and there might be more we got to go in here and watch, I absolutely see no problem with it. Okay, got it. I absolutely see no problem with what he said thus far, because like I said, people, be honest with yourselves. If you're watching this right now, come on, man. We see, I don't care who you are, where you from. There are white people in Chicago that grew up in the hood like we did. I got friends right now that grew up. We all grew up in the hood. We all came out of it, made something of ourselves, and we will not go back to those areas. Why would we? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be sending some of my cousins to go to the White Box to get that Chinese food because it's fire. They got some of the most fire duck fried rice. Man, I'm telling y'all, this duck fried rice is fire at the White Box. Anyway, nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna go to these places, and rightfully so. Why would you go there and risk your life? Why would you go there and risk being robbed? Why? And it has nothing to do with racism. But they want you to think that. Anyway, y'all. With that being said, let me know what y'all think of this by putting the comments below after this video. Do not forget to do what y'all see in the animation right here that will greatly help the video. The next one I will be doing after this one, up there, things as of yesterday, right here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, click this. I am Ty Smith, model Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.